Well, Broncos country, a mile high salute, man. It's your boy Mark here with Marky Sports. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. The Broncos getting ready to take on the Cleveland Browns on Monday Night Football, and it is the return of two former Bronco players, Shelby Harris and Mr. Drop the Football himself, Jerry Jeudy, who had some choice words for the Broncos after practice yesterday when he was talking about, I'm gonna whoop, I'm ready to whoop their ass, and he's kind of talking a little bit of junk. And we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about what can Jerry Jeudy do, and can he actually come to Denver and spoil our fortunes and get a win for the Cleveland Browns? We'll dive into it. We'll talk about it. If it's your first time on the channel, guys, if you love Denver sports, the Broncos, the Avalanche, the Nuggets, everything except for the Rockies, really, smash that subscribe button below. And if you could do that, I appreciate it. Tell a friend to do that and tell them that I appreciate it as well. Trying to build out this community, get to 500 subscribers. So thanks, guys, in advance. All right, let's get into it, guys. Jerry Jeudy. Let me tell you guys a little history about Jerry Jeudy, actually, before I really dive into him and talk about what it means for him coming back to Denver this week. When we drafted Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama several years ago, there was probably not a single person in Colorado that was s- like banging the table for him more than me. I wanted Jerry Jeudy over everybody. I didn't think we can get him at 15. I was like, I don't want CeeDee Lamb. I don't want Justin Jefferson. I don't want that dude that ended up going to the Raiders and killed somebody's in jail now. Forgot his name. I wanted Jerry Jeudy, man. And damn did I eat crow on that, because CeeDee Lamb is an absolute baller and Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the league. So things happen, right? But even throughout his whole tenure here, it was always, oh, this is going to be the year. Oh, he looked so good in training camp. Oh, he's dusting these people. And it never came to fruition. And I think that's what the most frustrating part about Jerry Judy's tenure in Denver was. And then you start to really look at it. And yes, okay, was the situation here great? No. Did he have a lot of really good quarterbacks that kind of fit his skill set and worked well with him? No. The head coaching situation was bad. Everything in Denver at that time was terrible as Bronco fans. But when I was really turned off by Jerry Jeudy and I was just done with him is when I started realizing how much of a me guy he is instead of a we guy, right? And I really do believe last year Sean Payton did everything in his power, everything that he possibly could do to get Jerry Jeudy to buy in and put him in the best possible position to win. And he he just wasn't really about it. And so the Broncos ended up trading him. They ended up waiting to trade him, and it cost us, a few extra picks. We could have probably gotten more picks for it. And I really did wish him the best once he left here. I felt like it was one of those things where I was just sick of talking about all of this potential and seeing zero results. And his time in Cleveland has been really a lot of the same as what you've seen here in Denver. So much hype in training camp. Then he really didn't do anything until Jameis Winston took over as quarterback. And Jameis Winston is a perfect quarterback for Jerry Jeudy. And it was a perfect situation for him because they traded Amari Cooper. So now Jerry Judy's going to be, able to get all these targets. But he really, where Jameis Winston shines is on those quick passes to be able to get Jerry Jeudy in space so he can make plays. And so to his credit, he's really turned it around. He really, really has. In the last 5 games, I would say, really since the Ravens game. So the last 4 games since Jerry Jeudy has, since Jameis Winston has taken over as quarterback, Jerry Jeudy has five catches for 79 yards against the Ravens, 7 catches for 73 yards against the Chargers, 6 catches for 142 and a touchdown against the Saints. He had that long 89-yarder. And then last week versus the Steelers, he had 6 catches, 85 yards. And what you'll notice is he's making plays in like consecutive plays. Like it happens all at once, right? Like during the Steelers game, he had like 2 drives where he really did all of his damage. The rest of the game, he was kind of quiet. Um, and so he's been playing well. I mean, good for him. Here's the thing, man. The Broncos team overall, when they were asked about this, Cortland Sutton was asked about it. Bo Nix was asked about it. They didn't talk about Sean Payton because he didn't talk today to the media. I'm sure they'll talk to him about it tomorrow. PJ Locke talked about it. A lot of these players. And the Broncos were all class. I love that dude, one of the best receivers in the NFL. It's going to be a hell of a battle. Pat Surtain talked about it. But you guys know you guys know that behind closed doors in the locker room, this team is locked and loaded, and it is firing up, and they cannot wait to go up against the Cleveland Browns. I think that, and obviously, Sean Payton's going to use this to their advantage too. And I think it's a really, really good thing for the Broncos because going into the game, the pressure was really going to be on Denver, right? They're at home. Uh, they control their own destiny when it comes to the playoffs. They're going to be favorite. The Browns season is essentially over from a standpoint of making the playoffs. So the pressure was all going to be on Denver, but Jerry Judy's kind of put a little bit, maybe taken most of that pressure and put it onto the Browns organization, specifically himself, but for his teammates. So I love it. But I think what Jerry Judy's forgetting about, and I don't know if maybe this is just something that he hasn't, thought through fully, is that we got a guy that wears number 2 on the defense named Patrick Surtain, who shuts down everybody that he guards. And he has guarded way better players than you, Jerry. So I love it, man. I do wish you all the best. Not this Monday, but I do wish you all the best. But I'm looking forward to see what Patrick Surtain can do against Jerry Jeudy. Now, here's something that we need to take into consideration a little bit. Jerry Jeudy last game, something happened, something that the Browns started to do differently. And maybe it was because of the injury to Cedric Tillman in the game, getting the concussion, or maybe it was just because the weather started to get really bad. But they played for the first time all season, they played Jerry Jeudy in the slot more than they played him outside. About 55% of his routes that he ran came from the slot, and about 38% came from him being out wide. There was a couple where he was like in line as well. So he was playing a lot tighter to the line of scrimmage. And I think it's helped him get a couple different matchups. Maybe he didn't want to get like the Joey Porter matchup, so they moved him inside a little bit and it worked. And that is something the Broncos need to be prepped for. Because one thing I did notice, and Atlanta did it a little bit, is they would move Drake London inside to the slot, and the Broncos wouldn't move Patrick Surtain inside. They would keep Jaquan McMillian in, and Jaquan McMillian, plays well from the slot generally speaking, but he definitely did allow a few chunk plays to Drake London when that was a situation. I don't know if Cleveland's going to be able to do that this week because if they don't have Cedric Tillman, which it doesn't look like they're gonna because of the concussion, he was a DNP. They really don't have any other receivers besides Jerry Jeudy and Elijah Moore. They've got a few other guys that I was looking at earlier that are like some practice squad guys. They do have Kadarius Toney, who's on the practice squad. I don't know if they'll elevate him, but they've got like Jamari Thrash, who's somebody that can play more. James Prochet the second is somebody that they got on the practice squad as well. Jalen Darden, he's been more of a kick returner, but he's somebody. That's pretty much it. So I'll be curious to see what they end up doing and how they end up utilizing Jerry Jeudy and against this Broncos defense. But you've seen those flashes of Jerry Jeudy playing like really good ball, and you can see why everybody's always talking about this talent and how good he is and how much potential he's got. It just got really annoying here in Denver. And he's only 25 years old, so he's still young. I don't even think he's in his prime yet. But I'll tell you what I look forward to is I look forward to watching Pat Surtain just absolutely body him up, lock him down. He does know Pat Surtain pretty well. He did get the best of him sometimes in camp, for sure. But on the flip side, Pat Surtain knows Jerry Jeudy really well too. And I'm confident that the pass rush will be able to get to Jameis. And, I know Jameis is going to be forcing some of those throws to Jerry Jeudy. So I think it's going to give Patrick Surtain some opportunities to really eat against the Cleveland Browns. So I'm predicting it from now, guys. I think that Pat Surtain has 2 interceptions on Monday night. It's just a hunch, not just because I want to see it. But I really do think there's going to be so many balls going Jerry Judy's way. Patrick Surtain is going to be on him most of those times. And so I like the chances. And we know what Jameis can do once he starts to get a little trigger happy, right? So I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys pissed off at Jerry Jeudy? Do you guys feel like this is a good thing? It's a bad thing? Do you not really care? I want to know what you guys think in the comments because at first I was kind of like, really, Jerry? Come on, bro. You're doing that? And then I was like, man, I really like this because it's really good motivation to kind of refocus the team, bring us all together. You know that Sean Payton's going to be able to utilize that and spin it to be a really good thing for the team. But again, I think it also puts a lot of the pressure back on the Browns. It gives them a lot of um, they weren't really in a position where I think they wanted those kinds of things to happen. But it definitely makes for some really, really good television. It's very entertaining. That's why we're talking about it tonight. So I want to know what you guys think in the comments below, man. What do you think Jerry Judy's stat line is going to look like on Monday? And do you think what he said is a good thing, a bad thing, or do you not think it ultimately makes a difference? Let me know below, guys. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. And go Broncos as always, baby. Let's get this. It's a huge game. We can get to 8-5 before the bye week, man. 8 wins before the bye. Are you kidding me? Let's get this. All right, let's do it all. Put the good energy out in the atmosphere. Um, but until then, guys, remember to spend time with those you love the most, man. Go Broncos, and until next time, peace out.